Wait, don't scroll, the narrator's voice trembled with emotion. What happened to this deaf girl on her first blind date will break your heart, but how one stranger's act of kindness changed her life forever will make you believe in love again. Amelia sat at the corner table of a cozy café, nervously fidgeting with the hem of her floral dress. She had been excited all week for this blind date, a small chance at something real, something that could make her world feel less quiet. Born deaf, she'd learned to read lips and communicate through sign language, but that never stopped people from treating her differently. Still, she hoped tonight might be different. Her friend had set her up with a man named Ryan. They'd texted for a few days, he knew she was deaf, and he had seemed kind. But when he arrived, everything changed. He sat down, handsome and confident, but the warmth she expected in his eyes wasn't there. He talked quickly, barely looking at her, not even giving her the chance to lip read. She tried writing on her phone to communicate, but he sighed, rolling his eyes. "This isn't gonna work," he said aloud, loud enough for nearby tables to hear. "I thought you could at least talk a little." "I'm sorry, I can't do this." Amelia's heart shattered. The world around her blurred. She wanted to scream, but no sound would come. Instead, she just nodded, forcing a smile, trying to keep her dignity intact as he walked away without a second glance. The cafe was suddenly too loud with laughter, too bright, too cruel. People pretended not to notice, but one man did. At the next table sat Ethan, a single dad with soft eyes and a little girl drawing quietly beside him. He had seen everything. The moment Amelia's trembling hands covered her face, something inside him broke. His daughter, Lily, noticed too. She tugged at his sleeve and signed, "She's sad." Ethan smiled softly at his daughter. She was only 6, but she had been learning sign language since birth, because her mom, Ethan's late wife, had been deaf too. He hesitated for a moment, then turned toward Amelia. When she finally looked up, through her tears, he signed slowly but clearly, "You deserve better." Her eyes widened in surprise. Few people outside her small circle knew how to sign. She looked at him, uncertain, but he smiled warmly, repeating, "You deserve better." A tear slipped down her cheek, this time, not from pain, but from something gentler. Gratitude. Lily, full of innocent curiosity, walked over and handed Amelia her drawing, a picture of a girl smiling under the sun. Underneath, the little one had scrawled clumsy letters, "Happy." Amelia laughed soundlessly, her chest shaking with emotion. She signed to Lily, "Thank you. It's beautiful." Ethan watched them, his heart swelling. He gestured to the empty chair beside him. "Would you join us?" he signed. She hesitated, glancing at her half-empty cup and the empty chair where her date had sat moments ago. But something in Ethan's kind eyes made her say yes. She sat down. What began as a broken night slowly turned into something unexpected. They talked through signs and written notes, laughter replacing tears. Lily kept drawing pictures, showing them proudly, and Amelia couldn't stop smiling. Ethan learned that Amelia was an artist who painted emotions she couldn't hear. Her work sold modestly online, but they were full of soul. She learned that Ethan worked as a mechanic and raised Lily alone after his wife passed away 2 years ago. As they spoke, time melted away. What had started as pity transformed into connection, quiet, deep, real. Weeks passed after that night. Ethan began visiting Amelia's art studio, bringing Lily along. The three of them shared laughter, meals, and silent conversations that said more than words ever could. Slowly, Amelia's fear of rejection faded, replaced by trust. One evening, as they watched the sunset from her balcony, Ethan signed, "You know, sometimes people don't need to hear words to feel them." Amelia smiled. "Like now?" she signed. He nodded. Then, softly, he reached out and took her hand. Months later, Amelia's art show opened at the same cafe where her heart had once been broken. One of her paintings, titled You Deserve Better, showed a girl sitting alone, with a shadow of a man and a child walking toward her, bathed in light. Ethan and Lily stood beside her, proud and smiling. The same café that once held her pain now echoed with silent joy. As the camera slowly panned out, the narrator's voice returned. She was rejected for what made her different, but loved for what made her beautiful. Sometimes, the people meant for you don't walk in when you expect them to. They walk in when your heart is ready. Then, the screen faded to black with soft piano music as the words appeared. If this story touched your heart, give it a like, share it with someone who needs hope, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that remind you, kindness still exists. Because love, after all, doesn't need sound. It just needs to be felt.